Hello, stay tuned with daily news from Marja'iyat TV. Daily meetings of Grand Jurist Ayatollah Shirazi. Scholars, religious, cultural, and social figures, academics, and public groups of people meet with the Grand Shia Jurist Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Husseini Shirazi at his central office in Holy Qom on a daily basis. In these meetings, the visitors offer reports of their activities to the Grand Jurist and listen to the advices of His Eminence. It is noteworthy that the Grand Jurist Ayatollah Shirazi hosts public visitors on a daily basis before noon prayers. PR manager of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi warns of hijacking peaceful protests. Mr. Arif Nasrullah, the public relations manager of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Holy Karbala, warned of a shift in the nature of the peaceful protests, demanding improvement of city services and economic conditions of people. In a meeting with some teachers and students from Qom seminaries, Mr. Nasrullah said, "The recent protests in some parts of Iraq should remain focused on their legitimate demands, such as improvement in city services in the shade of political rivalries." He then added, "The Constitution has recognized the right to protest for Iraqi civilians, but these protests should not lead to chaos and turmoil. The public and private properties of all civilians should be protected." He also asserted, "The protesters should be wary of their national responsibilities. They should remain focused on their primal demands to resolve the election results and accelerate the formation of a new parliament and government with honesty, efficiency, loyalty to the homeland, and a determination to fight against corruption and political futile rivalries." The PR manager of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi then said, "Today Iraq is in a very critical period. We need to find solutions to all the problems that have piled up over the past decades." Shia Rights Watch stresses Iraq is home of all Iraqis, regardless of race and faith. Over the past few days, Shia Rights Watch hosted delegations from 6 Iraqi civil rights foundations, including Dr. Farid Yassin, the Iraqi ambassador to Washington, D.C., in order to declare his support for the public protest in some provinces of Iraq. This organization also demanded the Iraqi officials to accept all races and faiths in Iraq. Mustafa Akhwan, the executive of this organization, said in this meeting, "We all hope that Iraq will openly accept the people of all religions and faiths so that they can enjoy security, prosperity, and welfare in this country." He then added, "We hope that Iraq accepts all Iraqis without any discriminations against any religious group or ethnic community." It should be noted that Iraq possesses great spiritual and material resources, and this nation deserves to be respected in the world. Iraq's historical record of peaceful coexistence and nonviolent protests are the signs of the country's rich culture. This nation has showed utmost levels of patience both before and after the fall of the Ba'athist dictator. In this meeting, the following community delegates and organizations were present: Iraqi Human Rights Society in Michigan, Iraqi Media and Advertisement Center in Washington, D.C., Humanities Light Institute in Michigan, Shia Rights Watch in Washington, D.C., a specialized center for empowerment of potentials, Iraqi American Association Center in Washington, D.C. Security officials made principal of Imam Hasan Zaki School in Baghdad. Sayyid Rasul al-Husseini, the principal of Imam Hasan Zaki School in Baghdad, hosted Colonel Qasim Shahid al-Shami, the 1st Regiment commander, and Captain Amir al-Fatlawi, a commander of the checkpoints in Al-Shula area of Baghdad. The meeting was attended by members of the tribal elders of this region, focusing on various issues related to the demonstrators and the legitimate needs of the region, such as water supply and electricity, as well as the lifting of the construction ban. The 1st Regiment commander of the Al-Shula area, after sending greetings to the Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Shirazi, said in a speech, "The people's demands are legitimate," and he promised to do his utmost to fulfill the demands of the local people. Head of Baghdad Cultural-Islamic Center attends Poetry Festival in Baghdad. In response to an invitation from Karkh Association of Poets in Baghdad, the director of Baghdad Cultural-Islamic Center participated in a poetry festival in this city. This festival was aimed at supporting the legitimate demands of the Iraqi people. Many poets at this festival read poems about this subject. Awaiting Generation continues activities in Baghdad. The training courses of the Awaiting Generation continues its activities in Baghdad. These courses are focused on Mahdism, Imamate, beliefs, ethics, rulings, and the memorization of the Holy Quran. The 14 Infallibles Institute launches these courses in different parts of Iraq. The 14 Infallibles Institute is a center affiliated to the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Holy Karbala, which runs various cultural and religious programs in Iraq.